Hey guys, today we're gonna be reacting to ISO Toilet analysis on Skippity Toilet 67 Part 4. So yeah, and by the way, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm not with my family right now because, well, like it's 9:10 a.m., so we haven't even started yet. But yeah, but let me know how you guys is Thanksgiving is going so far. So yeah.
Black Friday. Free. Yes, absolutely free. Grab this stylish magnetic transparent.
Hey everyone, ISO Toilet is here. Episode 67 has finally been finished.
Oh yeah, I made a theory video on what I think is gonna happen in Skippity Toilet 68. So if you want to go see that, go check out the last video. Just in case you're too lazy, I said that I think we're gonna see our POV cameraman from 66 with the special agents, and we're gonna break into the base and try to get to the real scientist, and we might just see the Titans fighting the G-Man clones even more. So yeah.
Since we haven't heard any hints about the fifth part from the creator, and I finally did
Well, there isn't gonna be a fifth part ISO. It's confirmed because he really uploaded the full episode.
an analysis of the last part for you. I had some problems that made it very difficult for me to make a video, but better late than never. I also
Oh
looked
yeah, you know what's crazy? Some people think that 68 might have multiple parts, like 67. I don't think it will have multiple parts, but if it actually does, that's crazy because to have multiple parts in two different episodes back to back is crazy. So if that actually ends up happening, I'm gonna be shocked. And it would also be really cool, but a lot of people would probably get annoyed because then we would be stuck on 68. So, yeah.
at all the other analysis of the episode and realized that guys missed a lot of details that I want to tell you about now because that's what I am really good at. By the way,
I'm
my
glad.
theory that there are a lot of
I just want to say, I'm glad that Plunger survived. Like, what did I tell you? I knew he wasn't dead. Like, did or did I not say that the toilet took all of the damage? Yeah, sure, he may be a little damaged, like with his clothes ripped up and with his robotic parts showing a little bit, but it didn't kill him, so yeah.
and clones turned out to be true, as well as many other things I've talked about before. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and as usual, get your tea and snacks ready. Let's go. Part 4 begins when Titan TV Man uses his laser to destroy the scientist's puppet. But there are a few differences. I think you'll notice that too. The Titans get up from
Oh yeah, I heard some people saying that you can see the real scientist jump out of the robot scientist after he kills it by putting a hole in its face. So yeah, and it does kind of look like it's the real scientist jumping out. But if that, like, I don't think that's the case. Number one, how would he still be alive? Like, Titan TV's core literally obliterated his face and the inside. So how would the real scientist survive that? Like, if he was actually in there and he survived that, then he's made out of steel or something. Because there ain't no way he survived that. So, and number two, well, nah, I actually don't have a number two, but how on earth would he survive that? So, yeah.
the ground, and we realize that they are alive and still fine. I'm very thankful to
Yeah, in part three, I honestly thought like Titan camera was out of energy or something like that because it looked like he fell and he passed out because he was exhausted, which still looks like the case, but it looks like he has enough energy to get up and fight. So yeah, but I'm glad that Defuk is keeping all three Titans together. He's not like just like keeping them out of the series to get upgraded how he usually does. So I'm glad that he is keeping them in because like when Titan Camera got damaged in 65, I thought we weren't gonna see him again for a while, and if we did, he would be damaged. Like I thought he was gonna like keep him being upgraded how he usually does, but no. So yeah, but I'm glad to see that all three Titans are gonna be still fighting together. So yeah.
The fluke that all the Titans were able to survive after this battle. Because
Oh yeah, like when I saw Titan TV turn to Titan Speaker, I honestly thought he was gonna beat the shit out of him for stabbing him in the screen. Like, cause I'm pretty sure all of us thought that when Titan TV returned, he was either gonna understand that it's not Titan Speaker's fault because he was infected, and he would forgive him or something like that, or let him off, or he was gonna beat the shit out of him. Well, guess what he did? He let him off because I'm assuming he knew he was infected. So yeah, and if you guys are wondering what Titan TV said, he said no stabbing, or like it's either that he said no stabbing or don't stab me again. A reference to 47.
that would have been very tragic. Just like at the end of the third part, the TV Titan says, "That's all." But actually, nothing is over. It's just
Oh yeah, I also noticed that when he's about to attack the G-Man clones, he says, "Let's go." So yeah.
beginning because we're clearly moving into a new stage of the Skibidi Toilet series. Titan TV Man gives cameraman a new protection from TV, most likely to not damage him during the battle. For me, I was wondering how he had such a
Yeah, but how did Titan TV get a lens, like a new lens? I think when he stabbed the fake scientist through the head, he just pulled it out and he got it somehow in his hand. And he gave it back to Titan Camera. But it doesn't really look like it's cracked. Well, you can't really see it that up close, but it doesn't really look like it's cracked at all. So it might be a new one. But if it is a new one, then where did he get it from? Like, my man is just out here, like, carrying camera lenses.
protection, especially on the huge Titan cameraman's camera. But as you remember, TV Titan teleported after Skibidi Scientist ripped off cameraman's protection. I think before that, TV Titan was able to teleport to the cameraman base and take this for his friend. I did a video about Titan Speakerman a little earlier, and
I mean, who knows? Maybe Titan TV found out about the condition Titan cameraman was in, but I doubt it because that's really unlikely.
questions about TV Titan's attitude towards him. I didn't know if he'd hold a grudge against Speakerman for getting badly injured in episode 47.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. If I was Titan TV, man, I would not care if you were being controlled by the enemy or not. If I was upgraded and I finally got the chance to get my revenge, I would. And since he's the weakest Titan of all of them, it wouldn't really be that hard to kill him. Unless Titan Camera tried to stop me, but what is he gonna do? Like, he only has one arm. He can barely use any of his powers because, like, all of his upgrades that he got were destroyed. So what is he really gonna do? And plus, I also noticed that Titan TV is bigger than Titan Camera, so he's the biggest Titan. So yeah, he may not be the strongest, but he's the biggest. So yeah. So if I was him, I would just take out my revenge on Titan Speaker. Like, just in case, like, just because you're not infected anymore and you have complete control of your body now doesn't mean I'm not gonna get my revenge on you. You literally stabbed me through my face, almost killing me. Like, what?
But as we can see, everything is okay. TV Man just wagged his finger in front of Speakerman in a friendly way and said, "No stabbing."
Yeah, it kind of said like now that I listen to it even more, it kind of sounds like "don't stab me" or "no stabbing." So, I think he's saying "no stabbing," but some people hear "don't stab me," but I hear both. So yeah.
TV Titan looks really very wise indeed, and I'm really happy that the Titans didn't clash with each other. Notice how small Cameraman and Speakerman look compared to TV Man Titan. So I have a very important detail that I talk about in the
I know Titan. So look, even ISO agrees that Titan TV is the biggest Titan. So that just tells you if Titan Camera or Titan TV were to fight for some reason, Titan TV could easily like toss them over how Titan Camera did with Titan Speaker when he was infected.
last video. In earlier episodes, we saw the Titan Speaker Man has a neck, but now we can definitely know that he's a
Because
robot.
Titan Speaker is the weakest and smallest Titan. He's actually kind of small for a Titan, but hey, still is a Titan. And Titan Camera is way bigger than Titan Speaker, but just to see that Titan TV is even more bigger than both of them is crazy. And if you were to go back to part 3, you can see that it looks like he was also bigger than the fake scientist, which is crazy.
Dafouk has now chosen one position and started to show that all agents are mechanized, although there are still some questions about this guy. But we'll get back to him later. But for now, let's talk about G-Man clones.
Go to Old Navy and you'll save a toboggan full of buckaroonies. It's a real bada bing, bada boom situation.
This Friday only, get deals for 50% off. That's 50% off, only at Old Navy.
Look, this deal is a steal, and so is the toboggan. I know because I stole it.
I mean, a lot of people are saying that Titan Camera is the strongest Titan, which is definitely true. But since Titan TV is bigger than him, like he can probably like stomp on him or to throw him or tip him over.
But we'll get back to him later. But for now, let's talk about G-Man clones. I mentioned that all the improved G-Men we've seen are different from each other, and they're most likely not the real ones. The original
we now know that this G-Man right here was most likely the real G-Man, but something happened to him, and it's either that he died, or there was just more clones made of him, and we never saw him after that. But if this is the real G-Man, and he is still alive, that means the real G-Man most likely is still in this normal toilet form somewhere in the toilet base. So yeah, or maybe somewhere in battle where for some reason we haven't seen him yet.
Man was in a toilet like this, and all the upgraded guys looked really weird. I talked about it in detail in this video. I hope you'll watch it when you're done with it. Now we know for sure that the real G-Man hasn't been in combat since episode 35, because the upgraded clones have been
we don't even know if there is a real G-Man. I guess since there's clones, there has to be a real G-Man, like the very first G-Man at some point. So the real G-Man, who knows? We probably never even seen the real G-Man, and we don't know it. But if that was the real G-Man with normal toilet body with no upgrades, and he's still alive, then he's probably still in that form. But where he is, who knows? But he could be dead, and they cloned him. Maybe they cloned him after he died, but who knows at this point? Every time we see G-Man, we're never gonna know if it's the real one or not, and it probably won't be.
Appearing instead. These guys are most likely being run by someone from the inside, like it was in episode 65.
I also noticed that these G-Man are a lot more smaller than the original.
Have upgraded jetpacks like this London Skibidi. I'm pretty sure these are new clones, and we haven't seen them in past episodes of Skibidi Toilet yet. That Jimmy right there reminds me of a troll leak, by the way. Maybe the other lasers just didn't get installed in time. And this guy's rocket launchers, I think I've seen.
That the toilets are using their weapons on these clones is crazy. There's really no point in having clones like this because look at how small they are and they're weak. I think these G-Man clones are definitely a lot weaker than the normal G-Man. So yeah, but who knows? Maybe since they're clones, they're more stronger than we think. But who knows? Maybe they have the same abilities as the real G-Man, because it would make sense since they are clones. So they probably do have lasers shooting out of their eyes, laser vision, and they can probably survive a lot of the stuff that the original G-Man could. So yeah.
Somewhere before. Now that looks much more effective compared to the regular Skibidi helicopter. By the way, such a Skibidi toilet with circular saws already appeared in this episode and was destroyed by the cameraman Titan. It was his mechanical arm that Titan took himself for a while, and it almost became a fatal mistake for him. Note that the rocket launchers of the regular Skibidi
Yeah,
helicopter...
I can't tell if this is a G-Man or not. It kind of looks like a G-Man clone, but at the same time it doesn't. So I don't think this is a G-Man clone. If it is, then he is the smallest one out of all of them. So yeah, but I think this is just a normal toilet. Like a normal helicopter toilet.
have similarly become improved. We don't see them in action, but they are clearly wider now.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that the helicopter toilets or skippities, whatever you want to call them, missiles were upgraded. So I'm not like, these are probably just like war helicopters, which we have seen in the past. Not normal helicopter toilets. So yeah.
This is also the huge cistern where we saw the secret agent appear at the very beginning of the episode. Dafook has posted the full version of episode 67, and now we see that there are two silhouettes.
Wait, is there? Oh yeah, there is. So there's two people with a green light. Weird. It might be just a glitch since all of these Skippity videos are made in Gmod. But hey, you'll never know. Like, there actually could be two characters with green lights. But if there actually is two characters with green lights, that means they're probably brothers since they have the same ability. So yeah, because we know that they both have the same powers. And some people are starting to think that the secret agent and Dafook are two different characters. And if there really is two different people right here with green lights, like with a green radiation, then that might be true. And if that is true, I guess that would make sense since sometimes when we see the secret agent, he's not wearing glasses. So, yeah, but... what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Dafook and the secret agent are two different people? Because this whole time we thought they were the same person, but if they actually turn out to be two different people, then one of them might be evil and the other might be good. So yeah, maybe, like, who knows, maybe the secret agent is good and Dafook is bad. Maybe Dafook is good and the secret agent is bad. Maybe they're both good. Who knows? But to me, it looks like there might be two characters, and if there is, then I think that Dafook is the good guy and the secret agent is the bad guy. So, yeah.
Although there was only one before. I have two options. Either it's someone from this show helping the creator, or we finally got to see the original Male 07 and Male 09 in this universe. There is also a video about them on my channel. I hope you watched it. The improved Titan TV man immediately rushes into battle with fake G-men, and I have no doubt that he will defeat them. The tired Titan speaker man is like, okay, let's go fight, and goes to help his improved friend along with the cameraman. Please note that the Titan TV turbine now releases a purple flame, although it used to be the usual yellow.
Yeah, you know what's funny? The TV man literally upgraded that thing that helps him fly, and the only thing they changed about it is the color. Like, if you were gonna upgrade that part, you could have at least added something else. But who knows, maybe there's more to it.
I think all his abilities have been improved by the energy of his core, and have now become much stronger. Look at how the Titan cameraman stepped aside before the turbine began to prepare. By the way, this is not a jetpack.
Yeah, it looks like Titan Camera is scared of Titan TV. And if that's the case, then that means he actually, like, thinks that Titan TV is, like, a threat. Because he's probably scared of him because he's bigger and he might be stronger than him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Titan TV ended up being stronger than Titan Camera. If he is stronger than Titan Camera, then Titan TV would be the strongest Titan.
And it is unlikely that the TV Titan can fly with its help.
Gift size matters. Bigger, no pocket size.
A jetpack, and it is unlikely that the TV Titan can fly with its help. But he doesn't need it, because he can teleport, and the turbine is only needed to break into battle. His sword is also charged with core energy.
I mean, Titan Speaker doesn't really seem that scared. Or what? He doesn't really seem scared of Titan TV at all. But Titan Camera actually seems a little frightened and scared since he backed away when he pulled out his sword and all of that.
And the POV camera starts to glitch when he's around. I think there is some kind of stone or crystal that emits this energy, and the scientists just learned how to charge the core of the Titans with it and use it as a weapon. But what happened after that surprised me as hell. POV cameraman hears an alert sound and a green screen with Dafook's face appears right in front of him. We have already seen how a secret agent...
I mean, we don't even know if Titan Speaker remembers when he was infected for sure or not. I mean, since he was being super aggressive with the toilets in 58, he probably does. But who knows? Like, he probably doesn't. But who knows? Like, that question will probably never be answered. But who knows? I mean, if he doesn't remember what happened when he was infected, then this is his first time actually. This is basically his first time reading Titan TV. Then.
Inscriptions on screens or sent fake messages to agents on a tablet. But what happened in this episode is just crazy if you ask me. The camera started glitching during this message as if someone interfered with its work, and it's very cool that Boom can control what the cameramen see. There is also an inscription, "Look to the left," which is accompanied by a voice. I do not know if it is the voice of Dafook or not. This is the first time we have seen such interference.
I mean, it's in a whisper tone, so it probably is him talking. But hopefully, like, if the secret agent and Dafook are two different characters, hopefully at least one of them, if not both of them, actually start fighting. Because if I'm right and Dafook is the good guy, and he doesn't want to sit around and watch the cameraman, like, lose or something like that, he might help. But the secret agent, on the other hand, might just leave, or he might just continue to watch.
It looks like the creator has completely changed the course of the series and moved it in a different direction. I mean, POV would just be watching the Titans fighting if it wasn't for this warning.
If they are two different characters, then you know what I noticed about them? I noticed how the secret agent literally just sits there and does nothing, but Dafook actually helps. For example, I think that was Dafook who gave us the headphones in 62. I don't think that was the secret agent. So, and he actually saved our POV cameraman in this episode from getting killed by the real scientist. And he held the door open for a little bit while the big speaker man was trying to.
But now he noticed a real Skibidi scientist and everything is...
So it looks like he actually wants to help the cameraman. But the secret agent, on the other hand, is just observing.
Changed a lot. Firstly, it is very interesting that a real scientist has been inside a puppet all this time. I was sure that this thing was controlled remotely because it decided to fight the Titan TV man without having a chance.
I mean, if he actually was inside of the decoy version of himself, then that's pretty stupid because, like, if something were to go wrong, how it did, like, we know it did, but for example, if something were to go wrong, which we already know it did, but let's just say it didn't, and if it was what if, what would he do? Like, you would be fucked. So, yeah.
Most likely, the real Skibidi scientist was in the safest place of this robot. Perhaps here. At the bottom of this toilet, there were very thick armored plates, and no one tried to attack the Skibidi in the toilet. Usually, to destroy a Skibidi, it was necessary to attack his head. So it is very reasonable to hide in the lowest part of this invention. I also heard the version that after the laser attack, we saw a real Skibidi scientist who fell after the explosion here. But I very much doubt that this is true. Otherwise, how did he stay alive?
Yeah, I think that's just, like, a piece of the robot falling. So, yeah, but I could be wrong.
Titan cameraman cut this place with a circular saw. The powerful laser of TV Titan burned through everything here. It's just impossible. Even if the Skibidi scientist was there, he should have been injured or battered at
He should have been dead.
least as it was with G-Toilet in episode 57. But we see that he is completely unharmed, so most likely here we saw just some electronic parts. Nothing more. here we saw just some electronic parts, nothing more. The Skibidi scientist looks completely different compared to his version of episode 30. First, he made himself robotic legs and claws. Secondly,
Yeah, well, all the toilets had been getting upgrades, like crazy upgrades, so why wouldn't he? So, yeah.
now he has a jetpack, and even
But we don't really know what all of his upgrades is. Like, it doesn't really look like he has much, but we still have yet to see what this does. So maybe this is what he was using to control the giant version of himself. But who knows?
some kind of laser cannon on his back. The Skibidi scientist's toilet looks a little bigger than it was, but maybe because it's just heavily armored. In front of it, there is a thick plate with spikes and some kind of control panel. Perhaps with its help, he can
Yeah, he was definitely using that to control the fake one.
controlled a huge fake version of himself until Titan destroyed it. The scientist looks like he's going to hide somewhere and check so that no one notices him. But the POV cameraman turned up here and Daddy had to eliminate this witness.
Daddy? What?
Thanks to Dafuk, our cameraman was not injured and was able to chase the scientist and find the Skibidi toilet's base. Notice how fast he reacts and shoots the laser right into the POV. After that, he easily dodges the rocket shots and he
I mean, if it wasn't for the Fook, the POV cameraman would probably be watching the Titans fight the G-Man clones, and the real scientist would notice him watching, and he would shoot him, possibly killing him.
clearly does not look tired after the battle with the Titans. This black thing, by the way, is most likely a big speaker on the scientist's chest.
Yeah, I do think that Titan TV will end up using that again at some point and start using sound waves against the toilets. But some of them are probably still gonna have headphones, but he can just chop them off. But it looks like the speakers he was wearing is also damaged since it's like smoking. So it might get upgraded, and if it does, then well, we have to just wait and see what upgrades it gets.
And here we see a holder for his TV. Okay, instead of watching the Titans fight against the G-Man clones, we're flying straight to the Skibidi toilet base. The big POV cameraman is showing how brave he is for the second time and risking his life so that the Alliance can see the Skibidi base.
I have to say,
What
this
a
is
Chad.
this is the most we've ever seen a POV cameraman done, because like whenever a POV cameraman does something a lot, is very rare. For example, in almost in all of the episodes, he just sits back and watches, unless he has to unless he's trying to survive a toilet. Like if his life is in danger, he's gonna do something. For example, in 62, he put on headphones. He didn't really try to help with the battle though. So this is the most we've ever seen a POV do, in my opinion.
Fortunately, the second time he is lucky and he remains intact, although I think it was not without the help of Dafuk and this big speaker man. By the way, we saw him back in episode 62.
I mean, if the Fook and the Secret Agent are two different characters, then the Secret Agent is probably gonna get pissed at the Fook for helping the Alliance, because he's probably not gonna like it too much. So yeah, and who knows, he might even try to kill him.
Where he first meets a huge Skibidi scientist. He was able to get out of this battle alive and destroy the Skibidi mutant at the end of episode 63. Blood was badly injured, and it is unclear to me whether he is a living
Yeah, I
creature.
love how every character who plays a small role in the series who is actually acknowledged, whenever they die, the Fook has the POV zoom in on them after they die. For example, the Simp cameraman, he was kinda of a main character, but not that much. He was just a side character, but the series actually acknowledged him. And when he died, the camera zoomed in on him. And the same thing with this character right here.
Or a robot,
I wouldn't say the same thing about Plunger, because he's not really a side character.
because he has blood along with electric sparks. But okay, we even saw him in episode 66, where he heroically went into battle during the
I mean, was that him? Because it could have been a different speaker, man. Because we do know there was multiple Speakermen there, so who's to say that wasn't just a different Speakerman? But if he was the only big Speakerman there, then it was most likely him.
Attack on Skibidi's base. And now this guy has decided to help the agents infiltrate the Skibidi Toilets base. I'm really proud of him. There's some sort of door control panel next to the bunker door and a red writing on top. I didn't manage to read what it says, unfortunately, but the bunker door still managed.
Oh yeah, you know what's funny? I think it's gonna be the same thing where after this guy dies, we're not gonna see him return like at all, and it's just gonna be like where Simp Cameraman, where DeFuke sees how much of a side character he was, that he's like, okay, no point in bringing this character back. So yeah, so after this episode, we're probably never gonna see him again. But who knows? So yeah.
To open. Also, right here we see green sparks.
Because if there's a side character in the Skibidi Toilet series that is actually acknowledged, then once they die, the camera's gonna zoom in on them, and well, after that, they don't get brought back. But I still think that Simp Camera will at some point get brought back, and who knows, he might even be on the dark side. But I highly doubt the Toilets would just pick up a dead cameraman and do that. So, yeah, but who knows? For all we know, his dead body could still be laying there.
Which means that DeFuke may have interfered here and helped keep the door open for a while.
What kind of superhero are you?
But if it's like a main character like Plunger who dies, then they do come back. So, yeah.
Which means that DeFuke may have interfered here and helped keep the door open for a while. But I noticed a lot of strange things in this scene. Let me tell you all of them in order. First of all, before the POV cameramen started chasing Skibidi Scientist, this whole road was empty. But after a few seconds, a mob of agents were already running down it, trying to break into Skibidi Toilet's base. But okay,
Oh, yeah,
maybe they were somewhere nearby in
Hold on.
shelters while the Titans were fighting, that's possible. But why?
I wonder how the Dark Speakerman even got here, because I'm pretty sure in episode 66 he was teleported, but went to the TV base. So how did he get here so fast? Since he managed to get it's possible that one of the TV men could have teleported him back. But if that's the case, then does that mean Speaker Woman and TV Woman and Camera Woman is also here? Or is it just him? I don't know why it would just be him, so they're probably here too. And we might see him in 68, but who knows?
Was this cameraman already on the base? We know for a fact that this bunker belongs to Skibidi Toilets. And if Bro was here, he's probably a traitor. But there's another possibility.
I don't think he's a traitor, because why would he be a traitor? I think he just doesn't like Plunger, but that doesn't mean he's a traitor. Because I don't really see a point why DeFuke would just make this certain cameraman a traitor all of a sudden. So, yeah, for no reason at all.
And I'll tell you about it. What if he was somewhere nearby and ran into the base just after Speakerman started lifting the door? Maybe even this exact agent is working with DeFuke and we saw him during that green glow. I thought of that for a reason. Notice he's standing right next to that broken door control panel. What if he got the task from the creator and broke the remote with a special device? As soon as he pressed something behind his back, the green glow stopped, and Speakerman couldn't hold the door any longer. But apparently the Plungerman wasn't part of this guy's plans, and he wasn't supposed to get into this bunker. But the big Speakerman decided otherwise.
Now that I think about it, this actually kind of makes sense, because if that cameraman really doesn't even like Plunger at all, and he really wants him to die or something like that for some reason, then I guess that would make sense since, well, the green light conveniently went out when Plunger was coming. So, yeah.
and held the door with all his might. He even sacrificed himself to give Plungerman a chance to get into the
But if
bunker.
this cameraman really wants to kill Plunger, and like by doing it that way so nobody would notice, is crazy. Like, if bro is really trying to kill Plunger and make it not too obvious, then well, that's crazy to me. As there ain't no way you hate him this much just for shooting a plunger at your face when you literally laughed at him.
Press F to pay respect for that speakerman. He is a true legend. But there's one big problem with that theory that Cameraman was on important missions with Plungerman. It's unlikely he just didn't notice his battlemate. He probably turned off the device that held the door and created that green glow for a reason. Maybe this agent is just jealous of Plungerman and that's why he decided to leave him outside.
He was probably just laughing at Plunger when he was in the glitch toilet because he was jealous that Plunger could do way more damage in battle than he ever could, and he was just jealous of that ability. So, yeah. And if that is the case, and he's trying to get him out of the way, then what is really the point in doing that? Like, come on.
Remember when Plungerman shot him in the face with the plunger and showed him that bad gesture afterwards? Maybe Cameraman took offense to it. Who knows? But there is also the possibility that he is a traitor.
I think he was just laughing because he was jealous. So, yeah.
Because in episode 65, Skibidi Cop didn't attack him and just flew away. Also, there is another cameraman who is dressed the same way but has a black camera. We saw him next to Plungerman in episode 43. I can't know exactly which one of them was...
Yeah, we haven't seen him ever since.
...the POV in episode 65, but it's weird that he survived such an explosion. Also, he has something behind his back. Maybe it's a hypno gun, I don't know. He already used it in episode 57, and it's probably the
it's most likely just one of those guns.
main weapon for this guy. Also, in the distance, we see that Goofy G-Man is still fighting the Titans, and it's pretty weird. I thought TV Man Titan would take these guys down real quick, but apparently things didn't go according to...
Yeah, maybe they're more stronger than we think they are. After all, since they are G-Man clones, they probably have the same strength as him, the same abilities. And if that's the case, then it's probably going to be a lot more harder to take them down. Because G-Man was almost unkillable. Well, that was his clone, so... like, it might be different with the real G-Man.
...plan.
Go to Old Navy and you'll save a toboggan full of buckaroonies. It's a real bada-bing, bada-boom situation.
This Friday only, get deals for 50% off. That's 50% off, only at Old Navy.
Look, this deal is a steal, and so is the toboggan. I know because I stole it.
One of the biggest threats to our kids' mental health.
I mean, now that I think about it, there probably never was a real G-Man, because I know I said that there had to be a real one for them to clone them, but they could have cloned them from that other clone. Like, they could have just created G-Man, then cloned him, then cloned that one, then cloned that one, and well, we got all these clones. But who knows? Since that was the only G-Man we saw back then, it probably was the real one, but who knows? But I doubt it.
Health is in the palm of their hand.
There probably
Screens
never
capture
really
their
was a real
attention for
G-Man.
over 8 hours.
...down real quick, but apparently things didn't go according to plan. Unfortunately, we won't find out what happened there, but now we have a more interesting plot related to the...
I mean, in the next episode we might, even though it's not part 5, we might find out from a different cameraman's POV, point of view. So, yeah.
BD Toilet Base. Let's talk in detail about the agents who stand out from the rest. This speakerman was in episode 24. We can remember him by his interesting tie. We also saw him with the squad that broke into the Skibidi hangar. Now he's going to be with us inside this Skibidi bunker. And it's pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Instead of a regular knife, he has a baseball bat and barbed wire hanging behind his back, and it's most likely a reference to a popular character. Pause the video right now and try to guess who I'm talking about.
Steve Harrington?
Well, I'll tell you, it's probably Negan from the Walking Dead series. His weapon was exactly the same, and also it's one of my favorite characters on that show, to be honest, so I'm very excited. Also, Black Speakerman flies into the bunker on his jetpack. And if you remember, he was at the TV Man base at the end of the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How else would he get here that fast? Unless TV Woman or a different TV Man teleported him back. Yeah. But I think since he's here, I think TV woman, camera woman, and speaker woman might also be there. Because it wouldn't really make sense just to have him be there.
Last episode. This confirms to us that TV Man is probably not a traitors, or they hasn't shown themselves in this way yet. Most likely all the agents that were at their base are safe, and probably they're somewhere around now. There is a chance that TV Man will teleport to this base in new episodes to help the Alliance clean it up. Who knows?
I mean, like, I guess today could be, like, everything could, like, work out well with the TV Man around.
So here we see these two guys in similar green suits. Pay attention to them. I think Dafuk showed them to us for a reason, and I have some theories about who they might be. There's Speaker Man with a red tie and a knife taped to his hand, or what the hell is that? And the most famous character of them all is the Plungerman. He's the last one to run because he was badly injured by the Skibidi scientist's laser, but he survived. I'm very glad Bro will be with us on this base, thanks to Big Speaker Man and Press F. His coat is torn in some places, and we can see robotic legs and arms. I have a very important question.
The fact that Plunger can survive crashing in a toilet that's not even that big, but he can't survive losing both of his torso and losing one arm is crazy. Like, I get that the toilet took a lot of the damage, but still.
Where did this guy get his plunger from? Most likely the twins in the green suits are the medics who rebuilt Plunger Man. But that's weird.
That does not make any sense because we already have these cameramen right here. So why would normal cameraman rebuild Plunger when we have these guys?
Weird, because we've seen that the Alliance has special agents who look different. Maybe Blood just found the plunger and decided to give it to its owner to earn some respect. But the most important thing is that this is the first time in the entire episode that we see this big POV cameraman's shirt, and it's blue. We've never seen big agents wearing this, so keep that in mind. I think it will help us understand the new episodes better. And what about the Skibidi base? I think it's a very cool location to continue the series. Yes, we've seen enough epic Titans battles in the open areas, but I'm sure things will be more epic in the future. This atmosphere reminds me of cool computer games where we will see a lot of epic first-person moments. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it just me, or does the toilet base in this location kind of give you Backrooms vibes? Like, it kind of gives me Backrooms vibes, but doesn't it to you guys?
Here we see the Skibidi Toilets flag where it says Skibidi Skibidi in Greek letters. This flag reminds me a little bit of the Georgia flag, and it's funny because some sources say that Boom is from Georgia too. But also the fourth part of the episode has been re-uploaded because of the copyright of the music. And originally the flag in the bunker
If you guys didn't know, well, just in case if you guys are too lazy to go check out the video I made on that, so Dafuk got a copyright claim from somebody stealing audio from his video and saying it was theirs, and then he had to delete it to make some changes to the episode with the sound effects and music, and then had to re-upload it. So yeah, but at least he didn't get another strike.
a bit different.
So 68 shouldn't be delayed.
Looked like the flag of a bad country that has been doing terrible things since 1939, if you know what I'm talking about. Perhaps Boom changed it because YouTube hardly approves of such signs in our videos. Skibidi scientists flew deep into the base to the left, and I think the agents will be chasing him in future episodes. Also, episode 69 is getting closer and closer, and I hope we see him in this bunker, and of course the female trio must teleport here the same way. Let's get 400,000 subscribers before episode 69 comes out. I also have a lot of interesting videos on my channel, and you'll definitely be interested in watching them if you haven't already.
So yeah, anyways, that's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye, and make sure to have a good Thanksgiving.